All right, we are joined here with Associate Head Coach Sue Serafini, along with Meghan, Braeuer, and Jacqueline Jeffcoat. As Coach Sue is stepping in for Coach Zenera Antoine as she is celebrating the birth of her son.
Awesome. We're excited with the first win today. Very excited. We had contribution from our entire program today. The starters, the returners got on the floor early in the beginning of the game and really took care of business. They ran tempo, they rebounded the basketball, they found each other. But for our program, it was a complete win for everyone today. Very proud of our group.
From what I see so far, Coach, you guys seem to be a lot deeper than the past teams, the past couple of years. Talk about what you guys have done as a program to recruit. Obviously, you've gotten bigger, a lot more depth, a lot more outside shooting. Just talk about what you guys have worked on leading up to this first game.
Sure, and I appreciate that because you're right. Our program has gotten deeper with regards to the inclusion of our 4 freshmen. But I have to really pay tribute to the returners. They got in the gym at the end of last season and they committed to being better and they committed to being different and working individually on what they needed to do for us to be successful. So the team you saw today is really a reflection of this team deciding last year that they want to be the best that they can be, and they worked every day since pretty much the spring for the start today.
I know we talked a lot about kind of Kiana Matthews being the focal point of the team, but it seems like Jessica Prieto kind of stepped up and took that. Yep. Can you talk about switching the mindset to her instead of Kiana Matthews?
Sure. I think, at any given time, your scouting report only covers you so far, and when the toss goes up and the lights are on and the officials are here, the game can potentially change. And for us today, we did a real good job. Erin Peoples started on Kiana Matthews, and I think Erin did a phenomenal job really making it hard for her to make catches, to get the ball in position where she liked to get her touches, and I give a shout out to Erin on that. And on the other hand, you've got Jessica Prieto. She's just a player. She started for them last year. She played in the point guard position. She did some 2-guard work for them last year as well. So she's coming back with a lot of leadership and a lot of confidence. And we ran a lot of different people at her today, but she had a really good game. She really exposed some of our weaknesses that in the next 2 days we've got to work on in order to get ready for Texas Tech.
Meghan, you came out shooting the ball real well today. How'd you feel coming out today? Seems like you were shooting the ball with a lot more confidence, and you were hot right off the bat. Just talk about your game today.
Like Coach Sue said, at the end of the season, all of us got in the gym and continued to work on our game. But also, when that first shot goes in, first shot of the game, it's also that builds my confidence, and that's just the player I am. The first shot that goes in. Every time I get open, I'm going to take that next shot.
And then, Jacqueline, great game from you, career highs and rebounds and points. Talk about your performance today.
Well, opposite of Meghan, I came out not shooting so hot. So I thankfully Coach Sue developed our game, my game as a post player, to go inside as well. And so if that wasn't working outside shooting the 3, then I also have another game that I can play inside on the block, and it was just working for me. If I wasn't making shots, I was still there to get my rebound. And I feel like Kalia really helped me out. Kalia Mays, she gave me plenty of high-low looks, and that's what we have really worked on. Us two specifically as returners, returning posts, worked on the high-low, and so I think that's going to be a really effective part of our game, because if all the posts can get that down, it's unstoppable.
Now, you two are the only seniors on the team, and so you guys had a really good game going forward. What do you plan on doing to continue that leadership that you guys are starting to build up?
Just leading by example. Continuing to have the other players follow our lead. When we make a mistake, okay, we're not going to get down on that next play. We're going to show them, okay, it's that next play. Forget what just happened and go on to that next play, and then just really leading by example.
Yeah, I definitely agree. We both take charge of our different groups of post. For me, it's my post players, and Meg, it's guard play, and then of course total. And we make sure we're doing what we have to do. Then we're going to be good. Leading by example, like Meghan said.
Jacqueline, you came out. It seems like you're a lot more confident shooting the ball. You rebounded as well as you have here. You feel like obviously you've done a lot of work over the summer. Do you feel like this is going to be your year since you're kind of stepping? You had Eze, you had all the other post players. Now, do you feel like this is your team? You're the big. You're the go-to person.
I wouldn't say the go-to person because I think that this team just works together as parts completely. So I wouldn't say there's one person we have to depend on. But when we're all doing our jobs, it just works. And so my main focus is doing my job, being that big. My expectations, what Coach Z and Coach Sue have told me to do, make sure I do that part, and then we're all doing great. But I do feel confident this year. I'm just really excited. Before the game started, Coach Z had wrote me all of us letters on balloons, and she's like, "It's your last chance," and that really said it just made me really emotional, and it really made me realize like I have to give everything I've got this year because it's done after this year.
For the remainder kind of the second half, you guys were pretty good at keeping up a 20-point lead. Coach, what do you think that attributed to?
I think the maturity of the players that stepped on the floor. They listened to what we asked them to do, which was execute offensively, not necessarily take the quick shot, although it looked like we put up a lot of threes. I'm sure Coach Z and I will have a conversation about that later. But they were open looks. We shot better in the second half, but certainly we shot a lot more threes when we were ready for. So we've got to continue to get better from that aspect of it, of really maintaining control of the game relative to our offense. And on the defensive end, in my opinion, we gave up too many easy looks. We didn't necessarily make International work exceptionally hard to get the ball, and when they got it, we really didn't do a great job of containing them. They got to the free throw line, 17 times, and in the first half they only got their 6. So there was a big difference of their aggressiveness, and we didn't make an adjustment on the defensive end. All things that are very fixable, and all things that we will get back in the gym tomorrow and start working on.
Coach, you have Tech coming up. Was this the kind of game you guys needed going into Lubbock? And can you talk a little bit about Texas Tech and anything about them?
Sure thing. Yeah, absolutely. We did. We needed to get the season started, and we reached out to A&M International last year after they won the Heartland Conference Championship at 19-9, and they were gracious enough to say, "Yeah, let's go play." And for us, this is a great start. They have a solid player, like I mentioned, in Keona Matthews, and certainly Jessica Prieto stepped up. And that gave us 2 different looks that we're going to have to contend with when we go to a very physical, very fast, and very big Texas Tech team. So we go from a very undersized team at the moment to a very, very tall team with Texas Tech. So it's going to be a very different look for us. I anticipate Texas Tech coming out again. It's a brand new team. They've got 9 members, 9 new players in uniform. They've gone through a program transformation with the coaching change last year, so they're working on their identity and who they're becoming. But I can guarantee you that she's going to have them playing very physical, very rough, and very solid for a full 40 minutes because they too are trying to get themselves prepared for Big 12 play.